The latest Huawei GT7 is here. I bought the 46mm blue version with Nearlink support. Let's unbox it and see how it improves over the GT6, though the packaging looks about the same. The watch itself, its wireless magnetic charging dock, and then the user manual. Let's take a look at the watch itself. I bought the blue version to differentiate it from the previous generation. This blue version has a silver bezel and a blue fluoroelastomer strap. There's a protective film on the front from the factory, and it clearly states not to wear it while showering, as bath products can damage the water resistance. So a lot of people ask if they can wear it in the shower. It's best not to if you don't have to. Of course, swimming's perfectly fine. Let's peel off the film and take a quick look at the style and the bezel design. The design style is basically identical, the thickness is exactly the same, and it also has the crown and buttons. The overall design and shape of the crown are also exactly the same. The design style of the bezel is slightly different. The blue version is completely flat, while you can see the previous black version has a textured raised design. So just based on appearance, it's actually quite hard to tell which one is the GT6 and which is the GT7. The only way to tell them apart easily might be the watch strap. This year, the GT70 watch straps all feature different design styles. This is a key upgrade, the Easy Fit tuck-in strap. You can see here it features a tuck-in design. The strap is still made of fluoroelastomer, which is quite soft, even softer than the previous generation. Let me put it on briefly so you can see. This tuck-in clasp needs to be pushed inside. The only benefit is that there's no little tail sticking out here. Here is the blue one. Now looking at the previous GT6, it used the standard strap style that often leaves a bit of a tail sticking out. Both straps are 22mm, so they're interchangeable. If you own a GT6, check online for third-party versions of this style to swap in. Now, let's look at their weight. The old GT6 weighs 77.8 grams, while the new GT7 is 74.4 grams, about 3 grams lighter. Let's also look at the Oppo X3, which is around 68 grams. Relatively speaking, it's still a fairly heavy smartwatch, so I hope they can reduce the weight in the next generation. Having used the GT6 for a year, I really felt its presence a bit too much when wearing it daily. It's just a bit too heavy, especially when exercising. That's why I prefer the Huawei Fit for daily use. It's lighter and more comfortable for workouts. The GT7 doesn't have significant design changes, and its upgrades are just minor health and sports enhancements. The overall improvement isn't huge. Alright, it's updated. Here's the default watch face. Let's take a quick look at the screens. They should be the same screen, 1.47 inches in size, and the bezels are exactly the same too. Let's check the system version. After the latest update, it's still 6.1.0. The control center, screen layout, and overall system logic remain exactly the same. Let's take a look at their applications. The difference is that Health Summary has become Health Insights, but the content is pretty much the same. Also, the Health Clover has changed to Health Living and become a 4-leaf clover, but the content inside should be about the same as well. In other respects, it's basically the same. The entire system operation, including the content, doesn't have any major differences from the previous generation. The difference in health features is the addition of body readiness, which takes things like overall sleep, HRV, emotional stress, and daily exercise and gives you a daily score. In the morning, it'll push a health report so you can intuitively judge whether today is suitable for high-intensity training. Additionally, the sleep algorithm has been upgraded to 5.0, and a high blood sugar risk assessment has been added. However, this is just a simple risk assessment and does not have medical device certification. In terms of sports, the main improvements are the addition of skiing, which is more detailed and more precise tracking for outdoor cycling. The sunflower positioning system it's equipped with has also been improved, but it's mainly an optimization of its overall algorithm. Of course, we'll have to see how it performs in actual testing. Their battery life is about the same because their battery capacities are identical. For typical usage, it's about 12 days, and for light usage, it's around 21 days. Let's take a look at the supported app market. This is the GT6 and this is the GT7, and they are basically the same. I've been trying to find upgrades in the GT7, but from my initial hands-on, it's hard to spot any improvements. I wouldn't recommend the new GT7 right now. It's too expensive. If you love the design, wait for a price drop. And if you already own the GT6, there's no reason to upgrade. If you're buying a smartwatch, the GT6 offers better value and is my top pick. Wait for the GT7 to drop to $1,000 before considering it.